All right, so in our last video, we ingested data from a MySQL database and you notice how simple and straightforward that was. And today we are going again to ingest data from a SQL server, that is Microsoft SQL Server. And you will notice how simple and seamless ingesting data into Power BI from a database is. Like it's really very simple. Let's go in and do that. So right now we are on the Power BI interface. And to do this, we necessarily need to click here, SQL Server, and we will go straight and be able to get that. Or we come here, remain consistent as with the way we have always done, and get it from this point. And that's what I'm going to do. Click here, and when it opens, and now it's asking me server name. Database is optional if I know it. And then here we have the import mode and direct query, and beyond it, below it, we have the SQL statement. Now let's explain this. Import mode is when that's what we have been doing for all the data we have been getting. When you're getting data and Power BI makes a copy, a snapshot of that data into it and bring in the existing data at that point into itself. That is import mode. It doesn't affect anything that is happening from the data source until you make any refresh. When you do any refresh, any update you have done to that happens to the data source, Power BI will bring it up. And if there is any deletion, Power BI will notice that too. However, when you go to direct mode, direct query, what it essentially does is it plugs in directly to the data source and does not import it. It doesn't make a snapshot of it. It just works directly on it. And it's good. And this works when you are mostly doing a real-time data dashboard, but sometimes it affects the performance dashboard. Most of the things you'll be doing as a data analyst will be to query data through import mode. And secondly, the direct modes are not supported by a lot of the DAX functions. So let us go in and import this data through an import mode. Good. So before we do that, let's understand how to get the server name. This is a SQL Server Management Studio, and this is the server name. To know that it is the server name, let's click up here to connect. Now, can you see server name? That's my server name. I can just copy it and come in here, paste it there. So let's go back to this point and the database. I want to get my Adventure Works data warehouse database in 2022. That is the database. To get it, I will just right click, go to property, and a new window pops up, and that's the name. I will pick it up. Why am I doing this? The reason I am doing this is to ensure that I am only focused on the database that I need. And that's a way to limit what anyone can see at any point in time, what the data analyst can see at any point in time. So I'm going to focus and pick up the database that I need. Now close this, open Power BI, paste it. And that's all I need to do. Let's move on and click OK. So now it's opening. We wait for it. It has given us access to it. We didn't need a password. That's because the data is sitting right there in my local computer. So let's go in. These are all the tables. All I just need to do is to pick maybe just one fact table and one dimension scenario, and that's it. And I will load. And that's what we have been doing all this while. So we wait for it to load. The two tables are loading, and you could bring in all the tables if you want. So it's at your discretion, and based on what the problem you are solving at the point in time, you do what you need to do. So yeah, it's fully loaded, and you can see the both table. If you go to table view, you can see the dim table, and you can come and you will see the facts table. And that is it, guys. That is it about loading data. We have been able to load data from a CSV file, an Excel workbook, from a MySQL, and from a SQL Server. And next time we are going to load data from an API endpoint. And you can imagine how simple, how interesting this is. If you're getting value from this video, remember to give it a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm. It is super important for me and for the channel to grow. And remember, if you want to continue in this amazing series, don't forget to press the bell icon. That will essentially make sure that you get notification whenever I post a new video. And don't forget to join this family. If you have not subscribed, join us. Let's grow together. Let's hit the data world together. And until I see you next time, please keep analyzing.